very good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us on Newscope tonight. Today is the 9th day in the month of February 2025. Welcome to Newscope. My name is January. Remember, this broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times channel 103 and also on our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. Please do well to like and engage with us there. On Newscope tonight, we'll be bringing you up to speed with what's happening in Akwa Ibom State, in other states across the South, and of course across the country. And to bring you up to speed a bit with what we'll be delving into tonight, there is a reward for hard work that will come on our news segment as Governor Umoino doled out about 550 million naira to those who have done well in the civil service, in entrepreneurship, and of course in other aspects of life. Also on Newscope tonight, we'll be bringing you up to speed with the fact that there is ability in disability. Story is told of a young man who, despite losing his arm, is doing well in the north central part of Nigeria. We'll be bringing you up to speed with that and more as the Newscope unfolds. But before we delve into all of this, Emediong Mo is standing by for the news segment. Good evening, Emediong.
Good evening, Janime Uko. My name is Emediong Umo. This broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times channel 103 and our social media platforms. Now to the hard news segment of Newscope. The Nigerian Navy is warning criminal elements involved in acts of economic sabotage to desist or be ready to meet their Waterloo. This is coming from the Commander NNS Jubilee Commando Abubakar Umar while handing over suspects in the illegal oil business to the Department of State Service in Forward Operating Base Ibaka. Calvin Samuel reports.
The Chief of Naval Staff had on December 30th, 2024, inaugurated Operation Delta Sanity 2 with a clear directive to restore sanity across the nation's coastal lines by minimizing activities of economic saboteurs. This formation of the Nigerian Navy, according to the Commander NNS Jubilee Commodore Abubakar Umar, has continued to yield results.
The objective of the operation is to checkmate crude oil theft, illegal bunkering, pipeline vandalism, smuggling, sea robbery, and piracy, among other maritime crimes in the eastern flank of the country's maritime environment.
The Operation Sanity 2, in collaboration with other sister agencies upon receipt of credible information on illegal bunkering activities around wellheads in its area of operation, sworn into action, leading to the arrest of the suspects, a wooden boat, and other bunkering instruments.
This was a well-coordinated maritime operation with Nigerian Navy assets, ships, and air assets, including private maritime logistics support companies under own command, were deployed on the directive of the Commander Task Group Operation Delta Sanity 2.
The suspect and exhibit have been handed over to the Department of State Service for further investigation and prosecution. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
The Akwa Ibom State Governor Umoino has rewarded indigenes of the state to distinguish themselves in their various endeavors to the tune of 550 million. Presenting the prizes to the winners at the Arise Happy Hour, Governor Umoino said the rewards are in fulfillment of his promise to encourage talent, promote creativity, hard work, and revive the passion for agriculture. Clement Barikwi reports.
This is the first Arise Happy Hour, and this maiden edition is christened An Evening of Grants and Empowerment. True to it, all items at the event were about rewards and empowerment, as 25 million naira was awarded as grant to 50 winners of the Arise Home Farms contest, 300 million naira as grant to 400 female youth under the Entrepreneurship Accelerator Program. 3 local government areas that took first, second, and third positions in the 2024 Governors' Cup tournament received 20 million naira prize, while the 31 local government areas that took part in the 2024 Christmas Unplugged Season 2 were awarded 155 million naira. 32 civil servants who distinguished themselves while performing their duties received 1 million naira each. For Governor Umoino, this is just the beginning of the reward system initiated by his administration to encourage hard work and promote talent.
We'll continue to build structures and build facilities for the generations yet unborn. With increase in food production, a strong focus on rural development, infrastructure expansion, a safe and secure environment, and a future built on quality education, Akwa Ibom is indeed rising. We should all be very proud of the journey we are on together.
Secretary to the Akwa Ibom State Government, who set the tone for the event, note that Happy Hour represents reward for hard work, creativity, and the passion for agriculture. The event was spiced up with performances by indigenous and guest artists, including Flavor. Clement Barikumi, NTA News.
The Akwa Ibom State Government again is set to host the maiden edition of the Niger Delta Sports Festival coming up in April 2025. Announcing the state's readiness for the sporting event, Governor Umoino told a delegation from the Niger Delta Development Commission who came on a courtesy visit that the state government is setting up a team for a hitch-free outing. Clement Barikwi has the details.
For 8 days, attention will be shifted to Akwa Ibom State as the 9 states of the Niger Delta region converged on Uyo to compete for various prizes. The sport festival is the first to be put together by the Niger Delta Development Commission, and Governor Umoino was emphatic about the ability of the festival to not just foster unity but boost the local economy of the state. He was happy that Uyo was chosen as host of the festival.
Thank you so much for giving us the privilege to host this festival, and there's no one will reject it. Thank you for recognizing the work that has been done in Akwa Ibom, and like I've always said, this is a culmination of several work and transition from one leadership to another.
For the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of NDDC, Samuel Ogboku, the choice of Uyo was due to the availability of the needed infrastructure for an event of this magnitude.
So if there is one identity we have as the people of the Niger Delta, it is the NDDC. And for the fact that we have that identity, we thought that identity cannot only be projected by carrying out road constructions, infrastructural development, and whatever we think we want to intervene in. But in order to promote that identity, we must also ensure that we build regional integration.
The Niger Delta Sport Festival is scheduled to hold from 1st to 8th April 2025, featuring different sport activities. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
Away from Akwa Ibom State Government matters, let's join Divine Favor edit on high cost of food items in the market.
Food commodities and other items in the market has continued to experience more increase in price. Residents in Uyo have expressed displeasure, especially on the continuous hike in prices of rice and beans.
I buy rice 400 naira. Rice is too cost.
Everything has gone up. It's not even only beans. You can see now we are buying bag of beans 180, 200.
Following the high cost of these staple foods in the market, Sellers attributed the high cost to economic challenges in recent times.
The maize and rice, because it's that one that is very cheap. Uncle is too much, 500 and 600. Some they say 700.
They patronize all type of it, but the one they patronize most is the one that is cheap. Like a local now is cheap compared to iron. Iron is high, brown beans is high. So as such, they are going for what is cheap because of their income.
Currently coming to buy from a vendor like this small custard now is 6,000 naira, which currently I cannot afford any longer. Things are getting higher and higher, so I think personally affording rice for a common man is no longer things for the common man. The cost of living is killing the living. The same story for beans and every other one. All of us, we've gone back to sunrise. Going to buy Uncle Beans is something else.
They are now looking for local beans because that is the cheapest.
They, however, appealed to governments to swift into action to regulate prices of commodities in the market.
One government to release the price of fuel. They said fuel be the problem of all this thing. So please, this governor release the price of the fuel. May the thing come down, may rice come down.
The cost of transportation, yes, that is the major thing for now. It's one of the major factors that is causing the thing to go up.
If government can do anything about it, it could help us, especially students like us. We are students, so it's really on a high side.
Nigerians in Uyo are hopeful that with the intervention of government to regulate prices of staple food in the market, low-income earners can afford to feed adequately. In Uyo, Divine Favored, NTA.
The Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, has released its 2025 seasonal climate prediction, forecasting a late onset of rain across the country. Festus Kayomo, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, announced the forecast during the seasonal prediction presentation in Abuja. Musa Buba Aliyu has the details.
This document released by the Minister of Aviation consists of weather forecasts for the year 2025, focusing mainly on rain pattern, temperature, as well as outbreak of diseases such as malaria and meningitis.
It is predicted that the onset of the rainy season is anticipated between March and April over the southern states. The season will set in the northern states between June and July 2025. However, the states of Kaduna, Niger, Benue, Nasarawa, Taraba, Adamawa, and Kwara will experience a delayed onset. 12 states are predicted to experience a severe dry spell that will last for 21 days without rainfall during the season.
A delayed end of season is expected over parts of Kaduna, Nasarawa, Benue, Lagos, Kwara, Taraba, Oyo, Ogun, Cross River, Delta, Akwa Ibom, Ebonyi, Anambra, and Enugu states. The predicted length of rainy season in 2025 is expected to be mostly normal across the country. However, Borno and parts of Yobe states could experience shorter than normal length of season. High intensity rainfall is expected in May-June that may likely result in flash floods in coastal states.
The daytime temperature in 2025 is expected to range between 28.8 degrees Celsius and 35 degrees Celsius.
Working with NIMET on this front is critical, and it enables us to guide our farmers as we plan. We are also integrating the SCP into the current programs we are designing, especially our soil health care scheme, for example.
Aviation and marine expert and the World Meteorological Organization (WMO) praised NIMET for the timely release of seasonal prediction, stating that the information will significantly aid in addressing environmental challenges. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
We'll take a break now. Newscope continues with Danime Uko.
J, country man, but e no good o as we dey use our hand dey destroy our communities. Every backyard now for Niger Delta na go fire camp. Illegal bunkering don spoil and scatter our environment, kill our aquatic life, black suit everywhere. Our people dey die small because of different bad sickness wey black suit dey cause. Na bunkering. That is why the movement for the survival of the Ijaw ethnic nationality in the Niger Delta, Mosend, they tell everybody to get up today and now save our land, save our heritage, our pride. Everybody, youth, women, community leaders, CDC, traditional rulers, politicians and security agencies plus government, all of us get responsibility. No promote, no allow, no participate, no encourage, no sponsor. Yes, now bunkering for our communities where they bring black suits so that our people go there alive. Make we come together, speak with one voice, stop the illegal bunkering, make we stop today and save the future of our children. Make life better for our people. Now, Directorate of Reorientation of Mosend and powered by Office of the Chief of Defense Staff, they send this message.
Welcome to Prisma International Hotels, located at number 5 Efangosanga Street, Afara Fort, Over Back Road, Uyu. When it comes to hospitality industry, nothing compares with comfort, exquisite services, and top-of-the-world security. These are what make Prisma Hotels a household name. At Prisma Hotels, you are assured of lavishly furnished, spacious rooms and suites with complimentary breakfast, top-class blue sea swimming pool, VIP and poolside bars, as well as restaurant where African and continental dishes are served at pocket-friendly rates. These are not all. There is high-speed internet service, closed-circuit television, spacious car park, 24-hour power and water supply, sparkle laundry and dry cleaning services, and above all, combat-ready security operatives. So whenever you are in Uyo or you are a resident in Uyo, capital city of Akwa Ibom State, make Prisma Hotels number 5 Efangosanga Street, Afara Fort, Over Back Road, Uyo, your choice, and you will cherish the experience. For bookings and inquiries, please call 081-3166-6660 or 0915-509-9989. Prisma International Hotels, hospitality par excellence.
You're welcome back to the Newscope segment of tonight's program. Let's now head to our stories. A child trafficking ring has been busted in Aba, Abia State after a Good Samaritan rescued a 9-year-old boy, Miracle Ehada Sunday, allegedly trafficked from Benue State. According to reports by Grace Nana, the boy escaped from his captors and was found wandering the streets of Aba October last year.
Miracle Ehada Sunday was rescued by a Good Samaritan near Overall Cemetery Market in Aba, Abia State. He was taken to Eziama Police Station for safety. According to Miracle, he was initially with his brother at a rice mill in Wadata, Makurdi, Benue State. However, when his brother stepped away to use the restroom, Miracle was allegedly adopted and transported to Aba.
My brother went to market.
Okay.
My brother went to leave. Somebody come and carry me from the machine. Come and carry me inside the motor. I come and see myself in Aba.
The Aba police are now seeking the public's assistance in identifying Miracle's family. They urge anyone with useful information to contact Eziama Police Station, enabling a reunion with his loved ones. In Aba, Grace Nana, NTA News.
It's really an odd situation that you've seen there, and in another story that sounds almost the same. In a disturbing turn of events, a 17-year-old girl has come forward with allegations that her 53-year-old biological father, a founder of a local sex mission, has been sexually abusing her for nearly a year. The girl claims that her father subjected her to an oath of secrecy within the confines of his temple, threatening her life should she dare to speak out about the abuse. Chinyere Okoye tells us more.
My dad took me to his church, his ministry, and asked me to kneel in the terrain, brought the 2 thunderstone, gave it to me and asked me to hold it in my hands. When I hold it, he asked me to swear that nothing he teaches me or tell me will I let people know or tell my mom about it, and nothing we do together will I tell anybody. Collected the thunderstone from my hands and the Tarin sealed the oath and took the thunderstone back to his mercy ground, asked me to go. Some days after, he called me in his room. When I went there, when I asked him, he said he wanted to check if I'm a virgin. So after the checking, he confirmed I'm a virgin and said okay. I was in my room one day. She came inside the inn. He came inside again and started asking what he was trying to do. Like, he said he was just trying to let my vagina open so it won't hurt me or it won't pain me if I try having sex with my husband or if I'm going to have a boyfriend. This was happening when I was 16 years. So I said I swore that anything he tells me I will do, and I won't let anybody know of anything. Or do I want to die? So I said no.
However, the accused, Pastor John Okafor, denied committing the crime, alleging that it was employed by Onyeka Chukwu, the daughter, and her mother to destroy his prayer ministry.
I'm a pastor of a Sabbath church. I just heard of sleeping with my daughter here. She and her mother said they will destroy my prayer ministry. All they are saying is false allegations because I couldn't meet their financial demands.
Despite Pastor Okafor's denial, his 17-year-old daughter and her 34-year-old wife, Ukamaka Okafor, who are now under the care of the Anambra State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Welfare, speak more.
The man used to beat me always, so my sisters tell me to come back to the village. So I carried my daughter when it was a month and 2 weeks and went back to my father's house. We stayed there for 15 years. So his daughter insists that he wants to know his father. So when we came back to Okozo, the father was so shocked because he does not know his daughter. In the night, two of them used to sleep, but I feel like as much I have never seen his daughter, and so two of them have to know their self as like father and daughter was not anything they can do. I mean, and I'm not safe where I did because I know they are villagers and I know their sisters. If they see anything can kill me now because they are thinking that I'm the one that bagged the girl to come here.
He beats me without looking at the back. The same thing with my mom. I just want I and my mom to be free.
Though the accused immediate elder sister denied being aware of the crime, another relative said the matter has been brought to the notice of their family before now. Further alleged that her husband has not been sleeping with her since she came back after their separation for about 15 years. Meanwhile, the accused has been handed over to the police for further investigation and necessary action. In Oka, Chinyere Fesi Okoye, NTA News.
It just beats every imagination, the kind of stories we get to hear in our world today. In those other reports, within the week, the global community marked the 2025 World Cancer Day, and attention has been drawn to the need for all stakeholders to unite against cancer by ensuring medical checks for early detection. Dunamis Udemobong, who spoke with some residents, reports that the theme for this year's celebration is United by Unique.
The leading causes of deaths in the 21st century, as it threatens and affects millions of people globally. It's a disease characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells. World Cancer Day was first conceptualized at a summit held at UNESCO's headquarters in Paris on February 4, 1999. The meeting resulted to the Paris Declaration in 2000, which emphasized the need for international cooperation to combat cancer through improved care, research and prevention. This year's theme, United by Unique, with the slogan, Close the Care Gap, highlights the importance of personalized care and treatment for cancer patients.
Cancer is not a death sentence. Early detection of cancer and early treatment is the way to go for cancer therapy.
It can be genetic, Basically, most cancers, we do not really know the cause of most cancers, but we know the risk factors. When we say risk factors, we mean what are those things you can do? What are those things you can be predisposed to?
Medical experts say Every experience with cancer is unique, and it takes unity to create a world where people look beyond the disease and see the people before the patients.
Cancer is a terminal illness in most cases. Terminal illness in the sense that it is something they are going to live with for the rest of their life, sometimes till they finally die. So somebody who has cancer today might be very rich, but by the time he starts treating, buying medication, 2, 3, 4, 5 months down the line, he becomes broke. So I think the government can come in and find a way to help subsidize cancer treatments.
When you're diagnosed of cancer, you are advised to take your treatment to the latter. You know, if you're advised to do surgery or if you're advised to do chemotherapy, you know, just follow through with your regimens, and then you will be good.
To commemorate this day, people around the world are encouraged to stand up for those affected by cancer and promote awareness, education, as well as improve self-care practices.
It's a disease of the cells of the body, and what happens is that the cells are growing beyond their borders, okay? So they are growing uncontrollably. Creating workshops or seminars to help people to understand the meaning of cancer. They could also have maybe different cancer centers, at least where they can either give information or give help to those who may actually be coming down with it, because one of the pain about cancer is that the treatment is quite expensive.
Cancer, they said, is a deadly disease, but it can be controlled when you detect it at the early stage. So my advice to the public is we should be checking ourselves in the hospital once in a while to know if you have symptoms of the cancer so that it can be controlled.
It's a sickness, it's a very dangerous one. At least the advice to the people is the people should go to the hospital and check themselves frequently whether they have it or not.
This year's celebration emphasizes the tailored treatment and care for cancer patients, recognizing that each individual's journey with cancer is distinct and requires a personalized approach. In Uyo, Dunamis Demebong, NTA News.
Since cancer is identified as a deadly disease, early detection is key to surviving it. In this next report, despite its sad end sometimes, many young Nigerians still see gambling as a means to earn. Correspondent, however, unravels the other side of gambling and its effects.
Gambling has been a part of human culture for centuries, evolving from traditional betting games to modern-day online platforms. However, the rise of gambling among Nigerian youths is leaving trails of financial ruin and social distress as more people fall into addiction, debt, family, and relationship crisis.
One of those persons that do not believe that one should involve in gambling. This is because I've seen what gambling did to some people, even close friends. I've seen people lost their inheritance, houses, source of livelihood because they gamble. And so I don't think a reasonable person should be advised, to gamble.
In all bank, you should not really rest your hope on it. It could fail. It could, it could go in a good way. So if you want to do gambling, just do it with your side money, some money that you want to just spend carelessly. You shouldn't go and sell a land and go and do gambling.
It's actually students who would frequently get into gambling, and I have realized that this has affected their mental health, led to depression, and also led to debt.
However, some respondents say gambling plays a crucial role in economic development of the society, as the betting companies and their agents pay levies to government, and some persons, according to the respondents, also win huge amounts of money in some cases.
Yeah, they pay tax, and the government have some regulations, and even those who run gambling house, they also pay tax, so it generates revenue for the government. And they also know that the economic benefit is those who lose generate money for those who win.
A very little amount and won 3 million naira. I was very sure of that because I was present that day. So yeah, people do win. In the policy that they do pay tax. So that's to say when you bet and you win, you get to pay tax to government.
Nigerian youths are therefore advised to be mindful of gambling in order to avoid financial or emotional burden to themselves, their families, and the society at large. In Uyo, Evanson Emmanuel, NTA News.
Gambling can be a means to an end, but when it becomes addictive, it's a problem, not just to an individual, but to the family and the society. Do you know that some people, especially youth, cannot stay for 5 minutes without pressing their phones? What could be responsible for this? Stephen William in this special report takes a look at the rising cases of phone addiction and how to minimize it.
The advancements in information and communication technology and the attendant introduction of global system of mobile telecommunications has revolutionized social interaction among people, both the young and the old. Unfortunately, some youths have gone extreme in their use of phones, thereby resulting to phone addiction, which is a serious public health issue. Experts have expressed concerns over the numerous dangers of phone addiction, which they say can have long-lasting effects on an individual and the community at large.
We used to check phone addiction, because if you tell them, you can use all these iPhones are like computers. So instead of giving them a designed configured tablet, that the contents will be only educational material, because addiction is a problem. There are some countries that ban TikTok. Recently there is a viral video of one of our students doing TikTok, dancing in the street along with you. If that student were to deploy that energy deployed in producing the TikTok, then you know that it will be a very good student.
An educationist, while admitting that phones can be used to enhance education, warned youths, especially students in secondary and higher institutions, to avoid excessive use of phones and prioritize their time to be successful in their academics.
Excessive use of phone is influencing the children and affecting them negatively. It's wrong to even give a child in a primary school phone. There should be time for phone use, and there should be time for learning and reading. They
advise parents to encourage their wards to focus on their academics instead of spending so much time on social media.
Bring your ward, your student, your child to the realization that these addictions are not beneficial. Your consistent use will actually distract you from what you are supposed to use the phone for.
It's a habit of a teenager, especially a teenager, that cannot get their eyes off their phone. And with this phone addiction, it can also be solved.
The educationists and experts insist that parents and other stakeholders should monitor young people and encourage them to pay more attention to their studies to discourage them from phone addiction. In Uyo, Stephen William, NTA News.
Well, as much as handling a phone has its advantages, there are also the disadvantages. Addiction can be one of the disadvantages, and it can be deadly in some circumstances. You're watching Newscope on NTA Channel 12. We'll take a quick commercial break. When we return, more stories will come your way. Please stay.
Water is life. Aqua Cardinali Water provides the highest quality drinking water. Aqua Cardinali Water is owned by the Catholic Diocese of Uyo, produced and packaged by Cadisem Enterprises Nigeria. It is available in 19 liters dispenser jar, 60 cl sachet, 50 cl and 75 cl table water. Visit Aqua Cardinali Water at number 34 Dominic Utuk Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Drink Aqua Cardinali Water, certified by NAFDAC and Standard Organization of Nigeria. Call 0903-288-2958. Aqua Cardinali Water. Drink pure. Stay healthy.
Roseville Hotel. Come, feel the luxury of our contemporary hotel. We offer lodging and accommodation. Stay at our deluxe executive and luxury suite for your comfort. Experience extravagant dining and delicious meals by expert chef. Lounge at our exquisite VIP bar. Enjoy 24 hours power supply with free Wi-Fi services. Our security system is top-notch to ensure your safety. Ample parking space and laundry services available. The ambience is serene to make your stay memorable. We are located at number 1 Julius Baji Road off House of Assembly Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For reservations, call 070-650-41139. Roseville Hotel, hospitality at its best.
You're welcome back. Now to the rest of our stories. Uyo residents are raising concerns over the increase in the spread of fake news in the society, appealing to the federal and state governments to put appropriate measures to control the situation. Blessing Edet, who sampled the opinions of some residents, came back with this report.
Fake news is a false or misleading information presented as legitimate news which has the aim of damaging the reputation of a person, entity, or making money through advertising revenue. Fake news has been a persistent threat to global communication with consequences for individuals and communities. Some residents of Uyo say fake news is dangerous, especially during disease outbreak, like what happened during COVID-19, when people were told to mix all kinds of concussion as remedy for the pandemic.
In terms of fake news, people do that to promote their social media handles. Some they just want to go viral. In these days we are in digital era, so many people want to promote their page. So if they should bring such false news, people would like to click on that link, and people would like to watch the news, or they would like to read the blog. So when they read it, I guess they are making more money.
It involves spreading false information. There's information that are not true. I'll not try to spread it more to the audience. I'll just try to sometimes I might not even comment on that.
Others say fake news could lead to trust issues among friends, appealing that government should devise appropriate sanctions or punishment for perpetrators of fake news to serve as a deterrent to others.
It can kill. If you go to social media, you will discover that so many people want to have money by all means, by destroying people's name. Anything that's happened, they will just pick it and put it on social media. Before you know it, it will turn to something else.
Communication experts have attributed the rise in fake news to the advent of the new media and advise people to always cross-check every information they receive, especially from the social media, to avoid being misled by fake news.
It's very needful for every one of us not to repost stories we see. Every story we see on the internet should be verified, as it were, to be sure of what you're sending out, because sending out the wrong message could set the whole country on fire.
Fake news and misinformation are on increase, hence everyone must be careful to avoid being victim of fake news or misinformation. Blessing Edet, NTA.
The devastating effect of fake news can be very disastrous to any society, and every hands must be on deck to stamp out this menace from the society. Away from that, a hand lost, a courage unshaken, and an unbreakable spirit best describes the resilience and determination of a 58-year-old BC Oguntola, a printer in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, who, despite losing his left palm 8 years ago, is not allowing his condition to deter his dreams. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya tells us about this story of ability in disability.
8 years ago, BC Oguntola's life took a devastating turn. What started as just another day at work ended in tragedy, an accident that cost him his left palm. In an instant, the craft he had mastered for over 30 years and the livelihood that fed his family seemed to slip through his fingers. He was overwhelmed with fear, believing he would never be useful again. But instead of surrendering to despair, Bisi chose to fight.
During the period I'm printing, so just suddenly the machine just hooked my hand. My people try all their ways just to make me survive. I thank God today that I'm still alive. Since that very period this issue happened, a lot of people that are giving war, some people did not even look at me again. Almost 4 children on hand up to today. So I'm still struggling one way or the other just to make sure my family is still alive.
Many assumed this disability would end his career, but Bisi proved them wrong. Instead of giving up, he became even more determined, pushing himself to work harder despite the challenge.
You that are sitting on the road or sitting beside the bridge or go up and down to beg for money, my advice to them is let them just look at what they can try to do so that to survive their life or to survive their children.
Though he wished he weren't physically challenged, he remained grateful that he can still provide for his family. His boss, Ayobami Amuda, described the incident as heartbreaking, but has stood by Bisi, offering constant encouragement.
He's a well-trained operator, very good and very quality man. And he's a very hard-working man. If the government can assist him, we give him support to defeating his family, because he's a young man.
His co-workers, customers and even a local nurse testified to his resilience and kindness, admiring how he never let his condition define him.
He's a nice man before the incident. Even after the incident, he's still a nice man. He's a hard-working man. He never relents, despite all the incident that happened.
He delivers his job at the appropriate time and does not disappoint. He's also a trustworthy man. He can even operate a bigger machine than this. He does extra work at night because he has nobody to assist him, and that was what affected his hand. He's a very hard-working man.
No begging, no anything. So if you have work, if you call him, if you do it with one hand, if you have anything issue like malaria, and the children, the wife, I used to treat them.
Bisi's story is a powerful reminder that there is ability in disability. Now, his greatest hope is for support from well-meaning Nigerians and the government to help him establish his own printing outfit, an opportunity that will not only sustain him, but also inspire many others never to lose hope.
It's truly ability in disability. What excuse do you have for not getting to work? In this next report, the quest for the acquisition of money by all means, especially through ritual killings, is becoming a worrisome development and concern to many in Nigeria, as most people take delight in killing their fellow humans without any form of remorse to achieve their clandestine goal, forgetting the law of karma will hold sway. This is the sad story of a victim, late Madam Justina Amunde, as her biological son, Matthias Amunde, 29 years old, sent her to an early grave due to money ritual which has elicited several reactions from Nigerians. Erika Evie reports.
The alarming rate of money rituals among youth may not be unconnected with the level of moral decadence, greed, and unhealthy competition among the youth of this generation. Matthias Amunde, son of the victim, in pretense reported to the Nigeria police that his mother and the housemaid Fortune Ochonu were missing after they failed to return from a night vigil on the 24th of December 2024. Upon investigation by the police, it was discovered that Madam Justina Amunde, a 50-year-old woman, was murdered by her biological son, Matthias Amunde, with assistance from his friends, as they dumped the body in a well after shaving her hair for money ritual.
When you hear most of these young people who get involved in this, they are lured into it by their friends or their associates, and at that point, when the young man is hopeless, he becomes vulnerable to any kind of advice. And so when you see their confessional statements, you now come to realize that most of them never intended to.
They are not weak, they are strong. They should learn any trade. They should go into business than killing people to make money. No. God is not happy about it. We condemn it.
The Cross River State Commissioner of Police, Austin Grimmer, confirms the incident and condemns the act of ritual killings in the state, adding that for the past years, such incidents have not been recorded in the state. The commissioner therefore advises members of the public to be vigilant and feed the police with useful information in a bid to serve the public better.
He stood here. I asked him, is it true that you murdered somebody? He said yes. Who did you murder? I said his mother. For what reason? He said actually the person standing beside him was the one that told him that if he wants to make money, he should bring the head of his mother.
That handles this youth problem and societal problems. One thing I will say is that the society we are in has greatly failed. The parents have failed in their parenting.
Barbaric attitude. I condemn it totally. It's a very bad approach of making money.
Matthias Amunde, until his arrest by the police, was a laborer in a cocoa farm in Obudu local government area of the state, who claimed he was in the influence of drug concoction by his friends to kill his beloved mother. NTA Calabar will bring updates on the issue as the investigations continue. In Calabar, Erika Evie, NTA News.
Very sad indeed. Very, very sad. Let's now join Glory Ukwa for the latest in the world of entertainment.
Renowned rapper Kendrick Lamar stole the spotlight at the 67th Annual Grammy Awards, held on February 2nd, 2025 at the Crypto.com Arena. Lamar clinched 5 awards, including the coveted Record of the Year and Song of the Year for his hit single, Not Like Us. The 67 Grammy Awards, hosted by comedian Trevor Noah, was filled with memorable moments, including Beyoncé's historic wins for Album of the Year and Best Country Album. Nigerian singer Temilade Okpeniyi, popularly known as Tems, won the Best African Music Performance category at the 67 International Grammy Awards. She secured the award with a song Love Me Jeje, Beating Tomorrow by Yemi Alade, Loje and Aya by Burna Boy, MMS by Asake featuring Wizkid, and Sensational by Chris Brown featuring Davido. This marks Tems' second Grammy win. Top Afrobeat singer Asake has recently showcased his new multi-million-dollar mansion in USA, making headlines as the first African artist to purchase a $1 million property in Atlanta. Asake revealed that he plans to start his family in California, which means he can only visit Nigeria occasionally. A businessman and one of Nigeria's celebrity, Cubana Chief Priest, has recently made headlines with his declaration to relocate to Akwa Ibom State. This decision stems from his admiration for the transformative vision of Pastor Umoino, which he believes holds great promise for Akwa Ibom State. The celebrity, who took to his Instagram page to break the news, sees the move as an opportunity to engage more with the citizens and contribute to its growth. By relocating, he hopes to leverage his influence and resources to support this ambitious project, fostering a spirit of progress. For entertainment news, Glory Ukwa, NTA News.
Akwa Ibom is fast becoming a destination and everyone is welcome to do business here. To other stories, horses are symbols of quartering sport across the world because of their agility and strength. Though some may argue that horse racing is exclusive to the affluent in the society because of its capital-intensive nature. The good news is that we now have local bred horses, known as Niger breeds, which are gradually shaping horse racing as a national sport in Nigeria. I will leave the rest for Austin Edomodu to tell us more.
view of horses on the track. Polo grass. How about the doba? Or even in war times, horses remain indispensable ally of humans.
You can see that all the wars, Islamic wars fought before now and this, horses were very much important. Now wars are over. Now is the time for peace. That is to tell you that you can use something for two ways, positive or negative, but each in this case is win-win.
Winning is ultimate in horse racing, and the sport is gaining popularity in the country. Horses come in different breeds. Famous among them are the Argentina, Brazil, Sudanese breeds, which have reputation of endurance and strength. However, to import one of these foreign breeds could cost an average of 60 million naira without any guarantee they will adapt and succeed.
You know, these horses are in a different topography. They come to Nigeria and they don't acclimatize. So you buy these horses, you know, very expensive, and then they come here and die in a year.
This situation has thrown up the challenge for Niger breeds of horses, a combination of Argentina and Sudanese breeds to achieve a thoroughbred.
And now Nigerian horse racing industry decided, okay, agreed, we'll have our own breeds. You can crossbreed a thoroughbred from America with a Sudanese horse and have your Niger breed.
The horses are bred and nurtured up to 2 years before they are matured to hit the track. As strong and majestic as these horses might be, their fragility can be ignored. Therefore, they need proper feeding and medical care to perform. 18-year-old Usman Bala has spent almost a decade in the stable taking care of horses.
When I come in the morning, fetch water for her, and go and collect her food, come out, give her, and grass. When I done that one, I will climb her, enter feed, and we'll start working. Like 5 rounds, 6 rounds, and come out again and wash her and take her back to her room.
Though capital intensive, stakeholders are working towards making horse racing more competitive with national outlook.
We're not only looking at one segment of the country, we want horse racing to be part of northwest, northeast, southeast, south, the whole Federation of Nigeria to be involved in horse racing.
And it goes a long way for national unity, peace and stability, and also to showcase our cultural heritage.
Warama Aminu Osi from Sokoto State, Mustafa Osi. Warama Amazon from NT7.
I am Austin Edemodo, NTA News.
Horse racing looks like a very interesting sport. Yes, luxurious, but it's something we can try. Of course, I'm very sure we're going to win medals if we engage in this, harness all the opportunities, maybe in the Olympics. And that's the size of our package today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dianime Uko. Do have a good Sunday night.